We'd like to welcome everyone to Outside the Games. Welcome to our show. We have a special show planned for you this evening. We have a special student athlete with us. But before we get into that, this part of our show is brought to you by Cocoa 5. Cocoa 5, yes, that is clean sports hydration for student athletes. And so we have here a special player with us from out of Crowley High School out of Fort Worth, Texas. This is Kobe Ranson. He is a outside linebacker slash athlete. He has a 3.41 GPA. Kobe, nice to have you on our show, class of 2021. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Nice to have you. Well, we always start out the show, Kobe, to kind of, discuss family, because that's where it starts first.
Yes, sir.
First of all, with family, how would you define family and why?
I would define family as it's not just blood, it's people who I can put my trust in. Always been there for me from day one, because sometimes even people who your blood could do something that's not family like.
And with that, you have mom and dad. And
Yes, sir.
how special is mom and dad to you? They play different roles in your life, and kind of explain to me what kind of roles they play and how important those are for you as a student athlete.
Younger on, my mom kind of played my mom and dad role, because my dad really didn't come around, so it was kind of hard on me. Like, I had to learn how to do everything on my own and stuff like that. And I had kind of different father figures coming in and out of my life as a young child. But then my dad stepped in, and he kind of plays his role. He's big on my sports, and he keeps me on my grades and stuff like that. But my mom, she plays a very important role. Like, everything I do is to make her proud.
Yeah, and part of making her proud is that, you see your parents work hard.
Yes, sir.
What is it about that, about seeing your parents work hard? Is that kind of help motivate you to do your best and knowing that you have a job to do as well?
Yes, sir. I see my mom like bust her tail like 24/7 to make sure we got a roof over our head. Like, and I'm no sick of her last to make sure that we happy as long as we happy. So like, it kind of motivates me to do better as a young man in life and grow up to actually be a good father and have a good family and know how to take care of my family also when I'm older.
That's excellent that you say that, because they're setting the example. I like that. I really like that. Let's get into the student athlete side of you. Obviously, we mentioned student athlete because, again, without the books, there is no athlete, plain and simple. So when you look at the student athlete part of things, the academic piece is so huge. And you having a 3.41 GPA, right now. Now we're in COVID-19, so going to school, the regular, life, as it were, has changed a bit. The scene has changed. So tell me, what is it that you could remember when you were going to school? How was it being a student athlete? What did you find challenging, and what did you find successful for Kobe?
Find it challenging is first I like stepping into the classroom, knowing all eyes on me, like I'm supposed to be setting an example in the class. And then my head coach, he's so hard on us to sit in the front of the classroom and set the example for the rest of the school, because if they see the student athletes doing better, they're going to do better also. So it's basically like everybody, all eyes on me. So basically, under pressure, that would be the most challenging thing for me. And the most thing I found most successful is like me doing my work on time. Others finally want to be like, okay, he doing his work, and make them want to do their work also.
Yeah, what is it about the teacher-student relationship that you find to be a very helpful thing to you? Let's define the teacher itself. What do you think the teacher has to possess in order for you to be a successful student, in the classroom, Kobe?
Have an open mind, like be able to, even though she's our teacher, be able to learn new ways, like from us students, being able to learn new ways and understand all the students, and be able to find a new way to teach us so that everybody understands to listen.
Yeah, that's an important role for the teacher. But for the student, there's ownership on you, Kobe. And so what is that like for you? And what do you have to do to make the teacher successful in the classroom?
And be able to pay attention, not cause distractions. Basically, keep my mind focused on the lesson, and not giving her any other problems not giving him or her any other problems to have to worry about in the classroom, so that the class goes by smooth.
Where does Kobe Ranson sit in the classroom? I mean, I know when you walk into a classroom the first time, maybe, or when you're always regularly going in the classroom, sometimes there's assigned seats. But where do you
Yes, sir.
find that works for you to sit in the classroom?
I have to sit in front of the classroom. I have to. Cause me knowing if I'm in the back of the classroom, I can get distracted easy and stuff like that, or I can like get off into my phone or something. So me knowing I'm sitting in the front of the classroom, I know that if I get down, the teacher right on me, so I'm right there looking at the board and I can understand everything better.
Most challenging class that Kobe Ranson has in the classroom?
My most challenging class is science.
Yeah, what
Science.
about it?
It just really like, well, this year was easy for me because it's basically science. I was taking physics, so it's basically math. And math is one of my best subjects, so it was easy for me. But in the past, it was just like really understanding like the world and stuff like that and finding out new things about it and stuff like that.
Well, what is the most what's the favorite class that you like?
My favorite class, I like English.
Oh yeah? What do you like about that?
Like reading books, reading, expanding my mind, expanding my vocabulary.
Why do you think reading is important? You know, because there's something to be said when you read a book and you do a lot of reading. What does that do to help you as far as comprehension? Well, tell me, we're going to further about that.
Yes, sir. It helps expand my mind, open my mind to new thoughts also. Like if I'm just reading and I can find something out interesting and I'll maybe look at some part of my life differently just off reading that book, and it make me look at a bunch of things differently. So basically having an open mind while reading the books.
Now, let's talk a little bit about North Crowley High School in Fort Worth, Texas. Man,
Yes, sir.
let me in your school. What is that like at North Crowley? And again, you're going to be a senior this year. And again, COVID-19 has changed the scenery a little bit. But take me through what North Crowley's like.
Man, it's wild. It's a bunch of students there. We're big on sports, and my school really they big on basketball. But I feel like our football program now we're bringing the attention back to football. But man, it's crazy. Like you got a bunch of different people trying to be different things in life and everything like that.
Tell me about your coaches. You know, because you look at your coaches, they have a big impact in your life and your program. A little bit about what your coaches mean to you.
My coaches mean a lot to me. I feel like they're setting a better example, and they're not just teaching us about football. They're teaching us about life things to getting us ready and prepared for life after high school and after football.
Now, being an outside linebacker and slash athlete, what do you find very helpful for you in those positions? Is there a favorite one you like to play, or what are you, both sides of the ball, offense, defense? What's that like?
Yes, sir. I just transitioned to defense actually last year. I was playing running back at first, and really making a transition to defense, it was kind of hard on me. Like at first, I kind of didn't like it because I'm used to being able to I can go around the defender. I'm not having to throw my body at the defender every play. But now that I played it for a full season, I actually like playing defense, and I actually like playing outside linebacker now because I got different schemes to where I do different things and be able to keep the offensive guessing. And me playing the offensive side of the ball, it gives me like a head, like okay, I'm knowing this is gonna happen because I did it already before while I was playing offense. So I want to say my favorite thing I just like me being able to take advantage of the play. Okay, like if he run the ball, okay, I can go make a big hit and I can take advantage of the game and set the tone.
Is Kobe a vocal leader, or do you like to lead by example on your play on the field?
I want to say a little mixture of both.
And how important are those for you?
They're very important for me because like I feel this is my opinion. I feel like you can't just lead by just be a vocal leader because like if you're gonna tell somebody to do something, be able to go out there and show them how to do it also. Because if you just telling him and then you telling somebody, okay, hurry up and run and sprint, but you in the back, he can be like, but you doing it, so he gonna be in the back with you. But if you telling him to sprint and you giving 100% every play and every rep, then he gonna want to give 100% every rep also.
Kobe, what have you been trying to do? You know, with COVID-19, we mentioned that a couple of times in our interview. It's really challenged a lot of people. I mean, we'll talk coaches, football programs, sports programs. But for you as a student athlete, and let's take the athlete portion of it first, what has been challenging about COVID-19 for you as far as training to be ready for football? What's that been like?
Really, it's been kind of challenging me not being able to like kind of train with my teammates and stuff like that, be able to build the chemistry there. But other than that, it's been actually good for me. Like I get a lot of one-on-one time. Like my uncle trains me, so I get a lot of one-on-one time with him and be able to just understand and break down my position and the techniques and strategies for my position better.
What about as a student though? You know, because you're not able to meet in a classroom with full of teachers. So it's kind of done, it was done online.
Yes, sir.
School is done now, but But what was that like? You know, when in March, we started seeing COVID affect a lot of things with, you know, flights and people and school programs and people not going to school. What was that like for you?
It took a lot of getting used to it. It took a lot of being able to, okay, I need to wake up early and be able to just get on my laptop and be able to complete a lesson. It was challenging at first, like getting ready to have to like watch a YouTube lesson to learn the lesson and not being able to ask a one-on-one question to be able to understand the lesson. But after a while, I got used to it and I was able to break it down and be able to understand it and complete the lessons.
So North Crowley High School, tell me what your season was like last year.
Our season was like last year. I want to say we was big on young. We was very young, like unexperienced and stuff like that. We had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of situations that we should have took advantage of that we didn't take advantage of. And we went 3-7, but I can say probably about 8 of those 10 games we should have won. But it was just big on young guys and a lot of unexperienced kids, not a lot of leadership, not a lot of senior leadership.
What is it like going now? Now, if we do have a season, and that's always a big question, we don't know if there's going to be fans in the stands, but if we have a season, and hopefully that's the case for you, it's your senior year, have you looked to take a leadership role, number one? And number two, what is the goal for North Crowley this year?
I'll go for North Crowley this year to make a deep playoff run and like open the doubters. Cause like we have a lot of doubters, but we also have a lot of people who like from top programs in our state, high school programs who know like, okay, North Crowley gonna do it this year. Like this gonna be our year. And so we got also a lot of believers and a lot of people to prove on also. And like this year coming into the season, we have a lot of returning players and a lot of leadership. And we have a lot of people like with the dog mentality that want to go get it. So I say this year, our main goal would be to wake up doubters and make a deep playoff run and put our North Crowley back on the map for football and start it for the younger guys. Like it's bigger than us. Like, okay, we're seniors this year. Our goal is to start the tradition, basically. Bring back the culture.
You know, and I can tell you this, nobody liked that 3-7 taste in the mouth. They didn't like that at all. Tell me what that was like that you learned about your teammates.
I learned a lot. Some people are only there, it's basically like a roller coaster. They're only there for the good parts of it. So when we're down, some people don't want to play. And then I learned how like my teammates responded to adversity. But I can say the 3-7 taste is not a good taste. And then it's not a good taste coming from the outside either because everybody want to talk about you. Like, because you went 3-7, but they don't see the time that you put in behind the Friday nights and stuff like that to be able to put yourself in a position.
What does North Crowley's town in Fort Worth mean to you guys as far as a football program? What does their support mean to you guys?
Their support means a lot, and I can't lie. Like our support, they've been there. Like even though we haven't put together like any winning season probably in the past couple of years, but the support always have been there.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Tell you what's with us. This is Kobe Ranson. He's a class of 2021 outside linebacker and / athlete out of North Crowley High School in Fort Worth, Texas. Kobe, what's one word you can kind of mention that really would sum up a successful season for you on and off the field in the classroom?
Let me see. One word that can sum it up for me would be basically wake up doubters, achieve what I have in my mind to achieve, and like put in my mind that I did everything in my power to make my future successful.
So I would say like what? Chips on the shoulder?
Yes, sir.
Chips on the shoulder. Like you got a chip on the shoulder, man. You're going to do anything you can to prove who you are, and what you're about, Kobe. Well, I tell you, Kobe, it's been a pleasure to have you on our show on Outside the Games. I tell you, take a look at North Crowley High School. We do have a season. Take a look at their schedule. Is your schedule out yet?
Yes, sir, it is.
Nice. So make sure you post that for us. But be on the lookout for North Crowley. They're trying to make some noise this year. They want to get to the playoffs. And I can tell you this, Kobe Ranson, very motivated, right?
Yes, sir. A lot.
Well, hey, it's been a pleasure. Go ahead.
I know it's going to happen this year. We're going to the playoffs, mark my words. And you heard it on Outside the Games.
I love it. Well, this has been Kevin Menn from Outside the Games. Kobe Ranson, again, class of 2021. GPA 3.4. He's doing it in the classroom. And, boy, he's going to be doing it, knocking it out senior year, too, as well. but outside linebacker athlete, Fort Worth, Texas, in the house, North Crowley High School. Appreciate having you on our show, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right.